Hello all, we are here for the lesson number 48 of this VariCAD training course, and this lesson is called Bills of Materials and Supplementary Objects. So let us start this lesson seeing what are supplementary objects. Basically, we have a function here on the Objects menu and on the submenu Attributes and Bills of Materials. We have a couple of things that we still did not see, and we are going to see all these integrated in the last lesson. That will be the next one. But for now, I want to show you this command here, which is called Supplementary Objects. And as you know, and that I'm going to try to show you, when we build an assembly, we insert objects, solids or parts from the libraries, and these objects have certain attributes like name, mass, number, whatever you can set. But when we build this assembly, there are objects that when you have a company and you need to make a full bill of materials, you need to build and to buy outside other kinds of objects, like for example oil, grease, paint, these kind of things that you cannot put on a 3D object on a CAD system, but you need to know the cost, for example, to quote. So we have this command where we can make this new supplementary object, and we can say this is a definition that I'm going to explain you, but this is a definition of this kind of object. For example, oil, you can put I don't know, BP something with a reference for sure. Okay, and you could put the quantity, whatever it is, 10 if it was liters or something. I don't know the definition that is made here, so I'm just guessing. But the idea it is define this kind of objects that cannot be modeled, and when you have that definition done, the purpose is to insert them on the bill of materials, and besides the solids we have, we can insert also these objects we cannot see on the CAD system. Okay, I'll try to show you after made the configuration of the bill of material, and we try to create one or two objects to show you what it is possible to do. Okay, so now I would like to show you how to work with the bills of material, and for that purpose I will open one file that I prepared previously, and this is the file. Again, like the previous lesson where I had a title block like the one that I have here below, I've created a new title block with these additional fields and lines. Okay, it was only the work I've done. I haven't done anything else. So the present status is I've inserted the text and I have the lines done, nothing more. Reach this point, you can work with this in two ways. The first one is to create a title block and to insert a title block. Okay, exactly the way we've done on the previous lesson. The other way is to consider these completely different things, and in this example we could insert this area below as a title block, and we could draw or insert as normal entities these guys on the top. Okay, I will work this completely as a title block, and I will try to explain you what is the difference between these two methods you could use. So now I can make a title block. Okay, I will create a new one. You've seen it already. I can call it BOM from 2D objects. Insertion point, it is this one, and open a window, do the OK, and call it BOM VariCAD. Okay, save it, and I've done this without this distance here. It's not very important for this example now. I leave this with the full option, so just do the OK and the title block is done. Okay, so now I will go, yes, so now I will go to the second function, the definition of the title blocks, and make the insertion of the new title block, and in this particular case the BOM. So I have no attribute, so I still cannot do it. So let's go a little back. BOM, make the definitions, and the issue here, it is as we've done previously, we have these attributes we need to put inside the title block. So we have the definition for the title blocks, we need to have these fields here, a lot of them. So basically I will open a couple of them, edit, and say I'll configure just one. Required always display in title blocks, so current display here, not this one. Okay, display here, insertion point, and say it here. And now I will put the attribute of the name, and the difference I'd like to call your attention, it is if I use this as a complete title block. For example, I had this title block prepared to have a name here. It doesn't matter now the size of the attribute, but I have the attribute name here and I have it here also. So what I need to do, and I will say it for example here, no problem, and do the OK. And do the OK again, and it is done. Save it. But I need again the attribute name. So what I need to do probably, it is to create another attribute also for the name, because I need to have one name here and I need to have names for the objects here. Okay, so I have to double this attribute, and instead of having here an attribute name, I can create a new one called name1 or something. Okay, that is the difference if you consider this completely with attribute, because probably you can have fields here that you need to duplicate for here. That is the issue. So now I will close this. I will make a new one. I will switch to the 2D and say attributes, insert title block, the BOM, and do the OK. Okay, you see that it was inserted, perfect. Okay, And I want now to prepare this for the list of materials. And basically we need to make something similar to the title block. So I need to prepare the fields. If this is not a title block, I have the lines and the preparation was the same to what I'm going to do now. So attributes, booms, and now if you see we have a couple of fields on the top that explain what can be done to take the information out of the system. So I can publish this information in title blocks, into tables, which are the bills of materials, or for a text file, or exported, which is the same as a text file basically. So I will call attribute by attribute, consider these ones here, and we'll make the configuration. So I will create a new attribute. I will call it different things so that we can know order number, for example, and it can be general, required always, output to tables, yes, list of parts. I can do the left or right alignment. I will make this left alignment, no problem. The size of the text is 2.5, so it is good. So location into the area, reference point, it can be here, and location of lower left corner of text in table. So I will put it here. Okay, a point at the right edge of a cell here. So it is good. Width of the cell 14. I think everything is okay. So let us try to see this is okay. So no more issues I'm going to say. I can put this also to test the output to a text file. Also text file. No issue here. Width of column and do the okay. Okay, let us put 10. Okay now. So, and I will deselect these items here to tables to try. So deselect this one, deselect this one. So I will clean this column. So all of them, and I will create new attributes. Let's see if we don't miss any to try to obtain a good result. Okay, and now we'll create a new one. Now for the name, new attribute. Let's call now new name. Okay, type it is for example general, also required always, output yes, and text location into the area. So lower left corner, it can be here, it can be here. Very good. And to say also text file, and we'll say here for example 30. and do the OK again. Now for the material, we'll call a different one. New attribute, again, new material. So material required always here in this place, the right, and say, let's say for example 30 here, do the OK. Now for the dimensions, let us say for example, so new, I'm not sure about the names that we have already, so can be general, required always, again, location into the area, here for here, and plain text can be done 30 for example, do the OK. Let me check about, because I was not aware of types and values, and the name, the order, it is an integer, okay, and the new name can be types and values, text value, perfect, and the material display not defined. Okay, let us leave this in the dimensions, types and values. Okay, let us leave this text, so we may need to insert some characters for text. So let us continue. So quantity, so I will call this like this. Types and values, it is a general one also. Quantity required always also. Attribute location here for here, and do it also for text file. It is something very small, so we can say countable, do the OK. Now we have a weight, new weight, types and values, mass, okay, required always, output, location, weight for this place here, and also for the text file, for example, maybe not so big, 20, and do the OK. And finally something that is also new supplier, so types and values, general, it is a text required always output like this, and for the text file also can be 30 in this case with the OK. So we have a couple of items. I will clean also the same way these items for the formatted text. For the same reason, because we are going to try to export to a text file and I don't want this to appear. So clean all of these. One more. And it is clean. Okay, so now we have only these new ones. So everything is okay. And now what is happening, it is we are working in our assembly. In this case we don't have any object, so we will create very simple ones. Okay, a cube. Okay, and immediately we are going to give attributes to the objects. That is something that I'm going to explain you deeply in our latest lesson. So solid attributes for this solid, and I want to insert for this guy order number can be the object number 1, new name can be cube 1, it doesn't matter. Material, we can have this from the list. I have this in Portuguese, but let us say, for example, steel. Okay, dimensions I have not seen, but I think it was something like this, for example. Quantity, just 1. New weight, yes, let us use kilos. Okay, for example, this. And supplier, we can say CADsoft. Okay, very good. Okay, now let's create a new one. Can be okay 2030, very good. So insert this, insert it, the same procedure, solid attributes for this guy here. Let's go down, order number 2, new name cylinder, new material, let us say now, for example, cork, new dimensions, diameter 20 or 30, for example, like this, quantity 1, new weight. Okay, I don't know if I have this, maybe I have, not sure. Okay, let's choose 1, doesn't matter. Okay, supplier, let's call, for example, Vodafone. It doesn't matter, it's an example. So, and OK again. Let us insert a third one to fill a little more the list. For example, a new cube. Let us just change the dimensions and take it from the top of this one. And again, for this one, going down and cube 2, sorry, order number is object number 3, cube 2, 2, material aluminum, I think it is. Okay, very good. Dimensions, let us say the same. I think it was something like this. Quantity, again 1. New weight, yes, for sure. Select the material, aluminum, it is here. And supplier, let us say again CADsoft. So okay, now let us create a supplementary object and new one. Where I will say object number 4, the new name grease, material, probably I don't have it, so I will not I said, okay, let us say grease. This is something that on the material I could say mandatory, not always. Now I have to put dimension, which is wrong. I will say just no dimensions. It should have a different definition. Quantity, for example, 10 liters. Okay, 10L. Okay, let's say the number only. New weight, okay, 10. And supplier, for example, BP. Okay, and I could continue like this. Okay, and okay again. What it happens now, it is that I want to insert and to fill the bill of materials. So fill it, sorry, not here. Sorry, my mistake. I need to go, my mistake, I was doing this wrong. So I need to come here, attributes and booms, and I have a couple of options that I will explain you in little deeper on the last lesson, showing everything integrated. But for this option, I have the possibility to create a bill of materials with all the objects, or from an assembly or at the basic level, and this option here, it is already obsolete, so I will use this. Okay, so now I have these objects here, and I will make the output to files. So, and I will use this list of parts table into the area. So first line here and last line here. Okay, and as you can see, everything, if it is correctly processed, and I see now that I miss two things. First, it was a definition, because I was inserting this, I was trying to insert this from down to up, and this is something that I've done not so good. And the second, I missed the supplementary object here for some reason. Okay, but if you see, everything, it is inserted on the correct places and with the correct information. Let me try to see this a little more. And what I can do also here, it is to make the output to the formatted text file. So let us try. Let us call it list parts and save it. Very good. And now let us look around and open it. List of parts, and again, as you can see, they are here, and also missing this supplementary object that where I've done something wrong. Okay, let me try to check what have I done wrong. Probably I did not make some configuration, but we'll try to correct this on the last lesson, where we are going to make a full example on the insertion of the title block and bill of materials integrated with the link from an assembly and an individual part. So basically this is the way to work with the bill of materials to configure this. I hope it was clear, especially this notion for working this as a full title block, or having this as a title block and the remaining entities inserted as normal entities. Because if we do it like that, instead of creating new parameters with new names, we could use some of the parameters that we have already inside that list and came by default on the installation of the system. But anyway, I hope it was clear the definition of this, and in the last lesson that we are going to publish very shortly, I hope to show you all these integrated and these missing details, like it was the supplementary objects.